Hello Capricorn and Happy New Year. My name is Jason. This is your general tarot reading for January 2020. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Capricorn, you go into this period with the Empress card. The Empress card talks about feminine energy, so perhaps there's been a lot of women around you, a lot of feminine issues around you somehow. You may have joined a women's circle or something to do with motherhood also, so perhaps there's a group of mothers you've been working with, something like that. Now, if it's not that, then it's a period of fertility that you're in right now. So if you're looking to have a baby, now might be a good time to start trying, if you like. The Empress is also very creative and she's very good at business. So perhaps there's something you've been planning for a while and now it's ready to give birth to this situation. So perhaps a creative pursuit, something you've been working on, music or some form of art, and you're just about ready to bring this forth into the world. And you might just be looking for the right stage or the right venue, or maybe waiting for someone to get back to you about when you can start. But it's very fertile energy here, giving birth to something that's been prepared for a while perhaps, and you've just about got it right down pat now. So basically that's what I've got for you. A lot of fertility stuff going on, a lot of women around you perhaps. You'll know what I'm talking about there. Okay, in your challenge position you have the Star card. So the Star card, yes, is about fame and recognition. It's also about hope and healing. So you're looking for ways to get your word out about this project or this thing that you've got, this celebration almost that you're trying to promote. And the Star card talks about flow, talks about taking some in and then giving some back. Okay, and because this is in your challenge position, it looks like this is what's happening here, where you really want to get something flowing. Okay, you'll see this character here. There, if you have a look at one of those cups, it's like the water. The energy is going up into that one and pouring out into the pond. So perhaps there's a sense of getting things flowing after a period of planning, I'm feeling. And it's got something to do with recognition, public recognition. If it's not that, then there's a sense of healing. Perhaps you've been feeling a little sick or somehow restricted by something, and now is a good chance for you to crank things up into your own sphere, your own pace, your own to almost like put your own identity, your own stamp on something. Either way, it's about getting something moving after a period perhaps of stagnation, and I'm feeling this has got to do with like the public eye. So a lot of energy about getting something out there, showing people what you've got. Okay, Cap, in your hopes and fears position, you have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords talks about needing to make a decision, and you're hoping that you're going to go the right way with something. I'm getting the feeling here you might be restricting yourself, thinking that this is like one way or the other, when maybe if you just open your eyes a little bit, take that blindfold off that this person has, you might see that a couple of options are available to you. So you've navigated your way through these treacherous waters where there were rocks and things, and you've landed on solid ground, and now you've got a decision to make about which way to go, which job to take, which person to choose even, which approach, which attitude you should project onto something. And you're trying to protect your heart here, as this woman has the swords crossed over her chest there. She doesn't have all the information she needs. And because this card is in your hopes and fears position, you're hoping that you'll be able to come to the right decision even though you don't have all the information. Now you do have a little bit of time to make this decision, but the tide is coming in behind this woman. So the tide comes in fairly slowly generally, but I'm seeing that this is quite a flat surface that is behind her. So on a flat beach, the tide might come in a little bit more quickly than you would expect. Okay, so either way, it's about needing to make a decision and hoping that the information you have already will be enough to make that somehow. Now, in the advice position, you have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups in this position is a beautiful card. It's saying count all those blessings, all these beautiful things that you have. Realize that you are already in a pretty good place in life. And yes, we all have our challenges, but at the end of the day, if you've got this happy family, the kids around you, it's what you make of it. But each one of those 10 cups up there in that rainbow, they represent a little blessing which you have. And in this position, you're being asked to really count them. Count them again and again and again, and really be grateful that you have them. And when we adopt that mindset, then more things come to us, the right things come to us. And so what a beautifully optimistic card and optimistic piece of advice, which is basically to say, yes, really count those small things that we have which make up our whole picture of happiness. Now, in your outcome position, you have the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles talks about having done the work and now just waiting for the payoff. Sometimes there might just be like a decision, someone else's decision you might need to be waiting for, some kind of process which needs to be finished off. You'll see here in this 7 of Pentacles, the character here has got all the fruit on the tree, looks pretty good, but there's still one down between his feet, and perhaps he just needs to rearrange something to fit that last pentacle onto the tree, and then the payoff will come. So it looks like just a little bit more waiting for you for whatever this payoff is. And I'm thinking the payoff can actually be the performance of this project or whatever it is that you've been working on. That is actually the payoff. It's not necessarily the financial rewards which come from it or the recognition. It's actually just performing it and seeing how it goes for yourself, and the benefits of that will be really important to you. You've done the work, and this is a card which says yes, that the money's in the bank. Okay, so look, I hope that's resonated for you, Cap. Please let me know in the comments if it has, and of course, leave me a comment, and hopefully I'll talk to you in a few weeks.